folks, welcome to the channel. Today's going to be the March setup. So let's grab our glasses and get right to it. All right. And of course I have done a lot of the work already, just to set it up. Let's go ahead and check out what's happening in March. All right, I get paid on the last day of February, so that paycheck will cover the expenses up until the 14th, and that'll be the mortgage, the gas, the electric, and the phone. I do have a new expense this month, which I've noted over here on the right. It's the season tickets. I'll have that running from March through October, and I have put that in the list here. I still am loaded heavy on the front end with the amount of the expenses. So I'm heavy for the first paycheck, and then I have a little bit more free money towards the end of the month of every month so far. So, and I have noticed that some bills shift a little bit, like the gas used to be at the end of the month and it's now shifted to the first of the month. And, maybe some of these will eventually shift. Looks like it may take several years, but yeah. So that's what this is going to look like as far as the month go. I am turning 60 this month, so I might do something for myself. I do always take off time from work. I don't work on my birthday, and I am likely to take at least 1 or 2 days off. I don't plan on going anywhere. It'll just be a staycation. Maybe I'll play one of my favorite games or binge watch some random show. Do you know what's coming out? Maybe I'll be able to watch all of the oh gosh, now I'm trying to remember what the name of the show is on Amazon. The Wheel of Time series. So I know that comes out sometime in March. So maybe I'll see if I'm behind, I'll catch up on that, or maybe I'll just rewatch it. So that's what the month looks like. Pretty much the same thing except that new expense. Let's go on to what paycheck one is going to look like. I don't anticipate any forward because every spare dollar is going to go towards that debt that I have. Rachel may or may not have contributions for me. She does want to contribute another $400 towards the beach rental, which, could be now or anytime in the future. So I am looking for that eventually, and I don't count on any contributions from the people that live in my house. So anything I get is just added to, what I can spend probably at the grocery store. As a reminder, my daughter lives with me with her 2 boys that she has. So they've been here for quite a while, a year and a half or 2 years, something like that. And then my son recently moved in. He's in the basement. He has decided to go back to school, and he's living in the basement to reduce his expenses. And I don't ask anything from them, but they often contribute either by way of bringing in extra food, or I have a jar in the kitchen, and occasionally just money shows up in there. And typically if Rachel gives me money, she'll let me know, but sometimes Matt will just drop $100 or $20 or whatever he has spare in that jar. So if it gets in that jar, I'll be sure to note it in here on this sheet. I want to thank Amanda. She's AK Britain, I guess, is her handle. She suggested that instead of applying an extra $300 to the mortgage, which only has 3% interest, or maybe it's 2.5%, I would have to look it up. It's a very low interest rate. I should be applying that $300 to my debt since it's 19%. And she's absolutely right. So I guess I could have been, $900 more ahead on that debt if I had you know, if my brain had even considered that. So, um, the as I mentioned, the gas is moved up to the first of the month, and it just makes this even more expensive. But this should be coming down. I mean, it has been a cold winter, but probably by March, things are going to start to warm up a little bit. We were looking at the forecast for next week, and it's going to be up in the 60s. So I expect this to go down quite a bit. Um, the electric has been going up a lot, and I think it's because Matt is in the basement and he's running the space heater. So the other day I went down there and it was very warm. I think I was going down to do some laundry, and I went in his room, and he had been gone for a couple hours, and his heater, the space heater, was still running. So I turned it off. Um, so I'm just going to have to go down from time to time and make sure he's not running the heater when he's not here. Or just mention to him, hey, please turn the heater off when you're gone. Because it's gone up, oh gosh, $15 or more since he moved in. The food, entertainment, pet care, and transportation. So I want to talk a little bit about the entertainment budget. Now, I had in my budget just normally what I expected to spend on entertainment as $250 a month. And that included things like I consider my hobby crochet to be entertainment. Of course, I game, so I purchase VR games, and I also purchase computer games. So that's part of my entertainment budget. And I did a little bit of calculation to try and figure out whether or not I need to adjust that entertainment budget, because I now have that 140 some dollars that's going to come out every month until October for the tickets. But when I kind of did the numbers, I ran the numbers, and I'm like, well, if I add everything up, it's even with the tickets, that's still under what I have budgeted. So it would leave another $50 to purchase a game or maybe go to see a movie. So I don't think I'm going to adjust that budget. I'm going to leave it as is, and I may or may not use that additional amount over what's actually scheduled payments. So for now, I think I'm just going to leave that as is. Look, cat hairs. You can tell I got a black cat. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, and that makes sense to me. After I kind of added the numbers, because I was worried that with that extra expense that I'd be going over every month, and I wanted to make that adjustment, but I don't think it will. Pet care is going to be pretty much the same every month. I have budgeted $80, and it may fluctuate a little bit up or down, but I think that's a pretty good number for now. Personal care, I'm not sure whether or not I'll need to get, like I had to get an eyebrow pencil last month. But I don't think I'm going to need anything this month. Transportation, I am getting low on gas, so I'll probably get a refill. Whatever. We'll have to go and get gas. And I originally had $30, but I think I'm going to raise it to $40 because the prices seem to be up a little bit. And even with the fuel points that I get, I don't think that the next fill up is going to be $30. I think it's probably going to be closer to $40. It might even go over a little bit. I'm not sure I'm going to need any household. I don't think I will, but I'm going to put it on here. As far as the other expenses, I'll add them if I need them, but I don't think I'll have any of those other normal expenses that I wrote down here. It's just I had a bunch of zeros, and I'm like, if I'm not going to be doing this, why put them down here if I'm not actually using them? Okay, so I am not going to do anything with the savings goal for right now. And well, actually, I am, because I have an auto draft at the first of every month, that is $50. So it's going to go over whether I like it or not. And I'll have to determine which one that'll go to. It'll probably go to healthcare, will be the sinking fund that it goes to. Let me just go ahead and put that in there so I don't forget that that actually is coming out. So I will, the same thing this month, every dollar that does not go into these expenses is going to go into that debt. I anticipate, if I go back here and I look what I expect to pay by March 10th, I expect that I'll have around $3,900 in my debt. So, and that'll include sometime by it within this paycheck, probably of $500. Looking at the numbers here, with this adjustment, it's probably going to be 700 or more. But we'll have to see as we get into the month. But I will definitely make the payment before the 10th, just so it's on that statement. So if I have $3,800, I just have to know that, I think by the end of April, I should have it paid off. If I'm continuing following the same aggressive contributions to the debt, right? If I can continue like last month, guys, you look at this and you think, okay, what could I be doing with this money if I wasn't paying off $4,894 in debt? That's how much I spent in January on my debt. That's how much I put in there. Almost $5,000. Could you imagine? I could have redone my floors up here in the bedrooms, which I've been wanting to do for a while. I replaced the carpet when I moved in, but I'm ready for, some hardwood floors and a throw rug. Particularly with the boys living here. I'm just saying. Boys are rough on things. Anyway, so yes, if I continue the aggressive contributions to the debt, I should have it done by the end of April. That's going to be my goal. That's my new goal, is to hashtag pay off my debt. And so that's the first paycheck. The second paycheck, and again, this amount is a lot more than what's going on in the second pay. And again, I'll probably put that $50 in this healthcare because I've got that optometrist appointment coming up, and I want to be able to have funds to buy my new glasses. And this is the second month of March, and this is where the season tickets are coming in to play. But it's still this amount is still less than that first paycheck. I probably won't need gas, so this is just adjusted a little bit. I have a Chewy automated delivery that comes in at the first of the month. It's around $50 some, 51 maybe. And then the second part is to get litter and other things that don't come in through Chewy. So I think this is pretty much going to be it. I only have the automatic transfer at the beginning of the month, so I don't have anything automated going to savings. But it's going to be important I get some money into the healthcare so that I have money for my glasses. I just don't know how I'm going to do that and put everything into the debt. But I'll sort it out. I'll figure it out. Worst case scenario is, no, I'm not even going to say it, guys. I am not going to say it. I'm not going to say that I'm going to put it on my credit card. Nope, not going to do it. All right, so that's that. Yeah, I've just got all of the little, like the checking, and I'm still putting in that I have this. I am going to start contributing to this minimal emergency fund. It's going to happen soon. That's why I keep doing this, to remind myself that that's like a high priority. And then I did fill us in, but I don't really have much going on this. So that's pretty much it for the monthly check-in. or excuse me, the March setup. It's not a monthly check-in, it's a March setup. Um, yeah. Don't forget, for the sake of engagement, if you can, hit that like button. Maybe make a comment, put a dollar sign down there, anything just for that engagement. I also have a Discord channel. You're welcome to stop by and share your pets or the last thing you made, either crocheted or cooked on the stove or whatever. Um, there's also a channel that talks about budgeting, you know. So if you're interested, hop on over there and start up some conversations. The next video probably will be the monthly closeout, and that will be next week, probably on Saturday as well. So I will talk to you then.